Yeah. That second album was definitely a classic. The whole album, Gang Story is my favorite song, but I definitely remember the other tracks on there.
That
That
was
was
that first Def Jam joint. When we moved over, we was on the independent label, and matter of fact, that's funny because when we got the deal with Def Jam, that's the same. I'm talking about the same exact time we seen Mobb Deep in Atlanta.
mm,
That same day, we met Russell Simmons,
wow.
and at that same hotel because it was a convention. They was having the rap convention. They used to have this back in the day. They used to have this convention in Atlanta called Jack the Rapper, and
Right.
everybody used to be at that motherfucker. Everybody. So we got our first joint is out. Our first joint doing good. We selling a lot of units and shit. So we end up, even though our first album did real good, we was on a label that was smaller label that, and they was going through things, some financials and shit, financial things, to where they couldn't give us a nice budget for that second album. And we ended up meeting Russell in Atlanta, and he got the mouthpiece approached him, and he started doing a little research, and he ended up offering us that nice deal over there on Def Jam. So he told us to go do what we wanted. He let us go do our thing, no holding back. You know what I mean? That's why if you listen to In Gas We Trust, that shit is hard. It's real gangster. Man,
You still there?
motherfuckers blowing my phone up, man.
Right. That's how it be. When soon as you gotta do something,
Yeah,
everybody wanna hit you up. Phone
yeah.
been dry all day.
Young Pride calling me. But yeah, man. So that's why if you listen to In Gas We Trust, it's hard, it's real gangster. Because Russell was like, y'all
Mhm,
don't got nothing holding y'all back. Go do what y'all really want to do. And we went in there and
mhm.
talked a lot of shit on that.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a classic album for sure. Now I was gonna
And
ask
Gang
you, are y'all?
Stories,
Hmm.
that song wasn't even on the album. So we went and
Wow.
did the whole album. We turned the album in. Russell listened to the album. He like, man, I like this shit. I love this shit, but I still need enough. I need that one. He like, I
Hmm.
need that one.
That's
We
that
had
one for
serving them
sure.
heat. When we turned that album in, it had serving them heat and all that on it. But he was like, I like this. I dig this. He said, but I need something else. I need something. You know what I mean? So he gave us some
Hmm.
more money. He was like, man, I'm gonna give y'all some more money. Go give me 4 more songs. And Gang Stories was one of them four. So
Mm.
that was like a last minute joint that just happened to have, Russell called for it, and I went and came up with that shit.
Man, that beat hard, the flows, the verses hard. Then they got the sample. So you got what is it, Big Mike and
Yeah,
MTA on the
dude.
sample.
I dug in the crates and found the old ass Miles Davis loop. That
Mm. Oh wow.
that was some Miles
Wow.
Davis shit. And I got that. I
Gangster.
just replayed it, replayed the whole shit, got it all replayed live, and that shit came the fuck up. Within it, and at that
Man.
time, I was into the sampling the rappers, putting them in the choruses. On that In Gas We Trust
Hmm.
album, once again, if you pay attention to it, damn near every song, the hook is somebody, some other rapper. Make a move for your gut now, bury you. Like
Hmm.
serving them heat. All these joints, man, we were sampling little snippets and making them the chorus. And I fucks with Eiht. I fucks with
Oh
Eiht,
yeah.
man. He got a
Big
lot of
shout
good
out to
little
A.
shit. Hell yeah. And
Oh yeah.
we knew
No
Eiht.
doubt.
We had me and Eiht had to us and Eiht had the same lawyer. So, we was able
Mm.
to get Eiht to come do the video and shit.
Right.
Yeah, that shit came together. It just everything fell in place.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. And then what was that? It was in 8 Mile too. I think Eminem brought it back out on the list. Was it on the
Yeah,
soundtrack or just
man.
the movie?
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. And that
Mhm.
was a blessing too. We still getting checks
Yeah,
for that shit.
right. That's a major movie, man. That movie
Man,
told
that's
made a lot
crazy
of money.
though, dude. When you do shit so long ago, bro, motherfucker. We still be doing touring and overseas and shit off this shit that we did 20, 30 years ago.
Man, that's a blessing.
That's some crazy shit, bro. But you know, it's cool. It's cool.
That's a classic record, man. Y'all planted a seed, but as long as people
Yeah.
listen to music and hip hop, that's gonna be one that's gonna always come back around. So
Mm-hmm.
most definite. Now, let me see. I got another question. Now, by y'all being from the West Coast, being from South Central, did you ever try to get with Ruthless or Death Row, or I mean just before going to Def
You
Jam?
know what? We never actively tried. You know what I mean? Because once we got,
Mm-hmm.
we was when we got signed to Def Jam, we thought that was the, at that time Def Jam was the shit. Ruthless was the
Right,
shit as
right.
well. Death Row became the shit, you
Mm-hmm.
know, a little after we started doing what we did. But yeah, we would see like, and don't quote me on this one though, but I've heard from a few different people affiliated with Ruthless that before Easy E died, he
Mm,
was thinking of coming and hollering at us, and because he wanted
mm,
us over there at Ruthless. But I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I heard. And
mm,
you would see people, different members of the group would see Suge places, and Suge would be like, "Man, when y'all gonna come over to Death Row?" But we never
mm.
really tried to do nothing like that, man. But it would have
Yeah,
been
but
it would have been cold if we would have, especially Ruthless, man. That would have been the
mm.
shit. If we would have ended up over there with Easy now, yeah, that would have been something. That would have been a big deal for
Oh
sure.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now I'm saying my next question was, oh, okay, back to Def Jam. Now, was y'all the first West Coast artist to sign to Def Jam?
Man, I want to say, I'm almost sure that I'm correct, man. I think Jo was already over there because
Ah, okay,
Jo had
okay.
that deal with Jam Master Jay. So I don't know how that
Hmm.
was, but he was signed through Jam Master Jay over there to Def Jam. So I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Jo was there. But I think we was the first group that they put out, as
Ah,
far as on
okay,
some
okay.
gangster rap shit. We was the first group that
Hmm.
they put out on some on the gangster rap tip, and they didn't
Right,
know
because it
what the
seemed
hell
like,
was going on.
mhm.
They didn't know what to do with us.
Yeah, but it seemed like y'all opened up some doors because a lot of
We
people
opened it
followed
up,
y'all.
we kicked the door open, and then everybody else blew the fuck up. Like Domino and Warren G. Because of the whole Death
Hmm.
Row, Warren G came and killed everybody. You know what I mean with
Hmm.
that regulate. But man, that shit was cool. It was lit for sure. Because when
Yeah.
Warren G came, he brought different groups with him: the Twins, the Five Footers, the Dove
Hmm.
Shack. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it was a lot of us over there at that point in time. Yeah, Domino, he was doing platinum numbers. Then you had the Dove Shack and SDC. SDC, we had a gold album. You know what I mean? You got,
Hmm.
it was popping, man. But I read a lot of shit from back then, and they say that Warren G really saved the label. He did, because he had a triple platinum album or something, or song or single or whatever it was. But we was all over there putting work in though.
Right, right. Because I think the East was kind of on the decline. They wasn't really eating as much
The
at that
gangster
time.
shit was just on top at that part. At that present moment, it was about that gangster stuff. Like